Alright everyone, I want to thank you all so much for watching this video here along US Route 34 as we drove from Loveland to Estes Park, Colorado. So this video was actually filmed pretty early in the morning, just after sunrise, because my grandpa and I had to get up to Rocky Mountain National Park before 9 a.m. to avoid the reservation system that they have in place there during this time of the year. Of course, I did have a time ticket entry just in case we did get there a little bit later than we expected to, but it was just nice to get up there really early and then explore the park before all the big crowds set in, because it was about a weekend when we were approaching this area on our Colorado/Southwest road trip. And I'll be honest, I wasn't really looking forward to filming this section of US Route 34 because I just didn't really know what the scenery was going to be like, but last minute I just decided to film the drive up towards Estes Park, and oh boy am I sure glad I did, because this stretch right here through Big Thompson Canyon is absolutely spectacular. And this was actually my first time passing through Big Thompson Canyon because, believe it or not, the other two times that I left Rocky Mountain National Park and headed east, I actually went on US-36 instead of US-34. And wow, I sure missed a lot on this stretch of road right here, let me tell you folks. The canyon walls here through Big Thompson Canyon are an incredible sight to behold, and it's just really incredible to see how just awesome this area of US Route 34 is here as you climb up into the Rocky Mountains, or leave the Rocky Mountains, of course, if you're heading eastbound. This is just a really awesome stretch of highway, and I'm just really glad that I decided last minute to just keep the camera rolling all the way up to Estes Park so I could film this awesome stretch of road here for you guys to see. Of course, the next video after this one will feature US Route 34 as we drive Trail Ridge Road through Rocky Mountain National Park. And if you thought the scenery was awesome here as we made our way up into the Rocky Mountains, just wait until you see the actual drive through Rocky Mountain National Park, because it's easily one of the most beautiful drives I've ever been on, and I can't wait for you guys to see it, so I hope you guys will be looking forward to that. Alright everyone, I just want to give a shout out to all my social media accounts that you see on the screen here, because I really am trying to grow my social media accounts beyond just here on YouTube. I would really appreciate it if you guys would check out my Instagram. I'm really trying to grow that social media platform, so I would really appreciate it if you guys would follow me on there. My username is just InterstateKyle. What's really cool about my Instagram is if I'm on a road trip, I will post on my story of where I am and what I'm doing, so it's just a really cool way for you guys to follow along with me in real time to see what I'm doing and what I'm up to. I know my videos on here can get pretty dated very quickly, so if you guys want to see what I'm doing in real time, I highly recommend checking out my Instagram, and I would really appreciate your support over there. You guys can also check out my Facebook group and my Twitter/X account. The links to all those are down in the description. Another thing I want to give a shout out to is my Patreon, which is a way for you guys to support me beyond YouTube here. If you guys want to join my Patreon, you guys can get special perks for joining, like watching all of my videos early before they are released here on YouTube. And all the money I make on there goes right back into this YouTube channel to keep producing more of these types of videos in the future. The link to my Patreon is also down in the description, so if you really want to check it out, I would really appreciate your extra support over there as well. And another thing that is set up on my channel is Super Thanks, which is located to the right of where you would normally like one of my videos. What that basically is just a way for you guys to tip me out for each video going forward if you feel that I've earned it, of course. And then all the money on there also goes right back to this channel to keep producing more of these types of videos in the future. And with all that said, folks, I really hope you all enjoyed watching this video here along US Route 34 between Loveland and Estes Park, Colorado. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have an amazing day, and take care everyone. Stay tuned to the next adventure. We will see you next time.